All right, everybody, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of the Slowburn Show, episode number 16, where I got a special guest in Junayd. He's coming off his first MMA fight, his debut, where he gets a third round TKO. And hell yeah, how have you been, man?
Man, I've been pretty good. Can't lie. I've been hurt, injured, so I can't really train. So I'm not that good, but
Right.
I definitely can't complain.
Yeah, injuries all they tend to be a part of the sport, and you don't have to say your injury, but your specific one can be
Nah,
quite
I
annoying.
don't like. I'm not really private about that shit.
Yeah,
Uh, he kind of fucked up my legs during the fight,
yeah.
so my knees kind of fucked up. I really couldn't walk on it the next day, and but it's like good. It's healing up faster than I thought. So
Was it
hopefully I
so?
should be back in like in a week or two.
Right after the fight, did it hurt a lot? Like it's.
Oh my god, dude! I didn't take any painkillers that night.
Mhm.
Dude, I cannot sleep. Like it
Yeah.
was so fucking bad.
Yeah. Uh.
Dude, those leg kicks hurt, man.
Yeah, they can be crucial. Was it more of like your calf or your quad?
No, like right, like behind the knee, like right in this area. My whole
Yeah.
knee was just pain. I mean, this side of my
Shoot.
leg right here, my calf was like bruised up and like it hurt, but nowhere near as much as my knee did.
And were you trying to
Um,
like check the kicks, or just were they
dude,
just you didn't see them coming?
no, honestly, I was not focused at all, dude. I didn't feel very nervous leading up to it, but then when the fight started, yeah, I did not feel prepared for a real fight.
Right. Uh. It tends to be that way. Sometimes
Yeah, for sure.
you
Cause
can't be
I didn't
you can't be
spar
scared of.
very much either.
Yeah, I know what you
Sorry, what
mean.
was that?
You can't be scared of something you don't know.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Uh, I'm not sure if it was like fear. I get maybe it was. They got me to like freeze up a little bit in the beginning,
Yeah.
but maybe it was fear. I didn't feel scared, but I also think it's like a lack of sparring experience.
Yeah. Do you think you'll do more sparring for this next
For
time?
sure, I was like for sure I need to. Like I remember one day I was gonna come out to like Bellevue and train with y'all sparring, dude. And then that day, as I was going, like I hurt myself like right before. Like it wasn't even, like doing anything. It just like I had like a bad back, trying to tie my shoe, and like I blew up my back.
Yeah.
I couldn't train for like a week leading up, and I missed like that vital sparring session.
Do you think it was from like a lack of something, or like maybe you weren't stretching, or maybe you weren't eating the right things, or was it just like a freak accident? You think
No,
with
for
the.
my lower back, oh no, I think my bed is fucking awful.
Yeah. It's just.
My bed is awful. Like I'm getting a new one already,
Yeah.
and like my bed is like real old. Like after that, I blew my back. I slept on the ground for like a week, and it helped out a lot.
It did.
It was very like hard to sleep on the ground, but like it did help out because I wasn't like laying on something soft for like a good amount of hours.
I got you.
Yeah, but my bed is way too old. Like it kind of sinks in a little bit, so it's not very good for my back support.
So, this opponent you had, his name is Kyle Graves, right? That was his name. Did you do any like scouting or anything, or did you?
Yeah, yeah. Coach sent me the fight, so I
Yeah.
watched it.
So he was.
He didn't like his first opponent, like his first fight that was not impressive, like very impressive at all. Like I don't want to disrespect the guy, but like he seemed pretty nervous his first fight because his second fight against me, I think he did better. His striking
Mhm.
looked cleaner.
Mhm.
He didn't look as nervous.
He was more
But his
confident.
first
You
fight,
think?
like he went up against this like kind of like out of shape looking dude at 145, and he didn't
Mhm.
seem very good.
I got you.
But that
Uh.
dude is pretty good. Kyle, like I talked to him a little bit on Insta since the fight, and he is pretty good.
I got you.
His grappling is like I'm not sure about, which is weird because he wrestled 4 years in high school. I believe he told me that. So it's kind of weird that his grappling was his weak point,
Mhm.
and that I had such an easy time like wrestling against him, grappling.
Was that your game plan? What you did?
No, no, no,
What was
no,
your
not at
game
all.
plan? What was
Dude,
your
I wanted
game
to come
plan?
in there and like strike and no throw hands, cause I thought I was pretty confident in my hands,
Mhm.
cause I knew I can like throw some pretty decent shots, but if you don't have that experience of like throwing against an opponent who's like trying to like kill you basically, it's different. It's a different experience. It's
I
not the same
got
thing
you.
as hit and miss or anything like that.
Right. So you end up going in there. Y'all strike a lot. But before we get deep into the fight, actually, how was you said that you needed to spar a little bit more, but how was the training
Oh, for
camp
sure.
in general? Like, how much notice did you
It,
get, and then how
I
was
had
the
like I
training
had
camp?
like I think I had
So
like
like
a month notice, and
4 weeks.
yeah, it wasn't enough time for sure.
I got you. You didn't feel like it
Especially because
was.
like I had like multiple injuries during.
Mhm.
It wasn't like just like that 1 week I missed training because my lower back.
Mhm.
Like the Saturday before I was training, and I kind of bruised my ribs. Like somebody body locked me pretty hard, and they're pretty strong, and kind of bruised them. And then that Tuesday of the fight week, I was rolling and training. I thought it was cool, but then I started noticing like it was hurting whenever somebody would body lock, and I kept rolling on it. I shouldn't have. I should have took like that day off and just rested until the fight. But then like I was like in armbar position, like, and then I tried to do the hitchhiker's escape
Yep.
and completely fucked up my ribs.
Mm.
Like that Tuesday before that fight, I literally left training just like in fucking pain because
Yeah.
my ribs were fucked up.
But one thing I like to tell people is that I know that hurt, but when you got in the fight and the ref said go, were you even thinking about
No,
your rib? It was probably
I didn't feel my ribs at all.
yeah, it was probably the last thing you were thinking about at the
Yeah,
moment.
but I
Uh,
also did like a decent job of like just like laying a rest from Tuesday to Friday and just
mhm.
icing down like constantly,
Yeah,
constantly just icing it down,
it's good that
and it did
you
help a lot.
at least it was 5 days or 4 days before.
Yeah,
You still had
it's
a
like
little bit of
three
time to
days to be
recover.
honest, but
Yeah. Uh, and you didn't really have to cut weight, really, right?
no, not at all, not at all. I fought 145 and I'll walk around 145, so I didn't have to cut weight,
Cool. So
which is nuts.
you get to the venue for the weigh-ins, and what do you think of it? Did you like it?
Yeah, I felt like I belonged there.
I got you.
It was nice. It's a nice experience too, just be surrounded by fighters,
Mhm.
by a bunch of tough people. It's a nice environment.
What about the warm-up rooms? How'd you feel about those?
Dude, we were inside a tent outside on fucking like concrete floor, a bunch of nails
Yeah,
everywhere.
yeah,
Like
dude.
that was not safe. That's not what a hunter would say, clean or legal. Clean
Yeah,
and legal.
yeah.
That was not clean and legal,
It
bro.
was not clean
It
and
could
legal.
not be.
Uh, so did you feel like you had a good warm up?
Yeah, yeah. I think we've warmed up pretty good.
Yeah,
Uh, kind of sparred. You were there. Yeah, I sparred Xavier like one round before the fight. Got my ass whooped. I'm not sure that's like the best before a fight, but I didn't feel like it mentally damaged me.
I think if anything, it kind of got you ready for what was about to
Yeah,
happen. I mean, you
yeah.
didn't. I don't think you got your ass whooped in that sparring round because
No, dude, Xavier, that was my first time ever sparring Xavier. Dude, it's
yeah,
so fucking quick.
yeah.
Holy shit! Every
That was
time
your
I would
first
try to
time. That was your
jab,
first time
he
sparring
blocks it,
him.
hits me with something else, same fucking second.
That was your
That
first
shit was
time
crazy.
sparring him.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
that shit was nice. Dude, that shit was crazy. Yeah, he's so quick, dude.
I'm surprised you haven't sparred him before and imagine that yeah. Well, I mean, I guess that's a good look because he was giving you probably faster looks than the guy that you were about to fight was
Oh
giving
yeah,
you.
for sure, for sure.
So I guess it worked out for right before that was the first time, but that's crazy that that's who you get to warm up with. Uh, so you talked about it a little bit earlier, but were you nervous at all, like right before, or after warm ups and stuff?
I honestly I did not feel that nervous. There was some nerves, of course, my first fight,
Mhm.
but I didn't feel that nervous.
Right.
So like me kind of freezing up a little bit in the beginning was surprising.
Where did your Nick? So I hear the announcer say Junayd, Two Face, Mohammed. Where's
Yeah, it's just like a play on like most people think two faced means you're a snake,
Mhm.
you know? But it just for me it just means having two faces or like two. personalities, split personalities,
Right.
because I feel like the part of me that wants to fight is like a split personality,
Mhm.
kind of. I'm not saying it is,
No, I know
but
what you mean.
it's like one part of me that does not want to hurt people at all, like at all. I don't want to cause any violence or pain on anybody.
Mhm.
But then another part of me that wants to just like tear somebody apart.
I got you. I feel like a lot of us fighters have that switch in us.
Yeah.
That but sometimes some people are on always flipped. Like their switch is always flipped. Like Connor, it seems like his switch is always flipped. Like he's
Yeah.
always like on one.
Dude, once you play a character for so long, or you, you kind of become that character.
Yeah. So how was it like getting a finish? Like when the ref, how was the feeling when the ref pulled you off of him in the third round?
Oh, it was relieving. Like, thank God, dude. I did not want to keep hitting this guy. Like, because that switch, honestly, I didn't feel like it was really turned on.
Mhm.
Uh, Also, I felt like I hit him enough. I didn't want to keep on hitting him, so it was nice. Also, I liked finishes.
Right.
Who doesn't, right?
Right. Yeah. You made sure that it didn't go to the judges, and
Yeah,
you made
yeah.
the decision. You know.
Because the judges could have gave him the first 2 rounds.
Yeah. I
I think
honestly don't know.
I think it would have been crazy given the second round, but maybe because like he got that head kick,
Mhm.
so like they say damage, but I think it would have been crazy because I think clearly I won second.
I seen
I
at
was dominating third.
one moment when you guys were up against the cage and you were clinched. Y'all both were talking to the referee, or the referee was talking to y'all. What was being said? Do you remember?
Bro, was the referee talking to us? It looked like it because I watched the video and it looked like from the body language he was talking to us. But I don't actually remember him saying anything
I
during that
remember
fight at all.
you. Do you remember saying any words? Because I remember seeing your mouth moving, like talking.
Nah, I don't think I ever talked to the ref during the fight. Maybe I would like I asked him he might be grabbing my glove at one point
Mhm.
because there was a one position where I'm not sure if he was like gripping my wrist or grabbing my glove.
What was the difference to you between like fighting with or sparring with 12s and fighting with 4-ounce gloves?
Well, we spar with 16-ounce gloves.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant, not 12s.
Yeah, dude, it's so much different, bro. Cause you don't have like a big ass glove to like use as like a good shield. You still have your hand, which is
Mhm.
somewhat of a shield, but it's like half the size.
Yeah. You
It's
can't
like
really hide
I
behind
like the
something.
forearms gloves a lot more because it feels more like free. You don't have to rely on that. You have to rely more on your movements, which I honestly did not do very much. But yeah, there's a big difference for sure.
I think I
It's
rem
kind of like going from gi to no gi, but to a lesser degree.
I remember one time, I think not this camp, but maybe a prior camp, that maybe you were about to have a fight with somebody else, and you were talking about, maybe this was you. Tell me if this was you or not. You were talking about being like almost afraid of head kicks. Is that right? Like almost of like what it felt like to get hit in the head.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I said I'm afraid. I was
Right.
curious.
Yeah. You didn't know what it felt like. Now
Yeah,
that
yeah,
you
I didn't know what it
know,
felt like.
now that you know what it feels like, is it that big of a deal, or did you feel like that it stunned you more than you thought
Uh,
it would?
the leg kick, the head kick.
Yeah, the head kick.
Honestly, nah, I can take that shit. Like that shit did not hurt. It did stumble, the force like got me to stumble a little bit, but like it did not hurt very much. I could take that shit all day.
Do you think it was the fight was harder than you expected it to be?
Some aspects of it, I guess. Uh,
It was a
the
great fight
disadvantage he
by
had.
both of y'all.
What? Huh?
Both of y'all did great. You just did
Yeah,
better.
yeah. I guess the dealing with the little bit of reach advantage was a little difficult. That was harder than I thought. I thought I would do better on the striking. I thought I would be more comfortable. But the grappling was much more like a lot easier than I thought. It was so easy that I was surprised.
Yeah,
I was shocked actually.
your takedowns looked really good, man. Takedowns looked
Dude,
really good.
I remember that first takedown I had with the body lock. Like I wasn't really going for it too much, but once I had that locked, I'm like, okay, I can just do that. And it was like, as soon as I did that, I just went straight to mount. I'm like, oh, this
Yep.
guy's kind of an amateur on the ground.
Yeah, you look great when it came to the jujitsu stuff. You were when you were grappling, you looked awesome. Uh, did you like MMA more than jujitsu, like competing in jujitsu?
Oh, for sure, dude. MMA is a lot more fun, for sure. I love MMA. I like being in a real fight
Mhm.
a lot more than just grappling. I mean, I love grappling. It's something I love. It's one of my passions, but fighting is my true passion.
Uh, so what are your future plans when it comes to like amateur MMA and what you do you want to go pro and stuff?
Yeah, eventually for sure. Uh, if I improve enough, and yeah, I think I got it. I don't plan on taking another fight for a while because I do need to work on a lot of my weaknesses and my mistakes I was making.
Mhm.
I definitely need a lot more sparring experience, and overall, I just want to like get in a lot better shape before I make the next one. But I want to take like maybe three more years, then I'll go pro.
Okay. Is there a certain amount of fights you want to get in before, or just 3 years?
I probably want like 6 to 7 amateur fights before I go pro.
I got you.
But I have to get a lot better before I ever think about that.
Is there what do you plan to do to get better?
Just stay consistent, right?
Right.
And
Yeah.
also like do a little bit more every day.
Uh, what do you like to do in your free time when you're not doing MMA stuff or anything martial art wise?
I play games on the PC, League of Legends, old school RuneScape, or like when I get a better PC, I plan on playing PUBG again.
Heck yeah.
Other than that, I do watch some TV, not often. I'm a I guess you can say an anime fan, even though I think most animes are generic and
What's
I
your
can't watch
top
that shit.
three?
What was that?
What's your
Top
top
three,
three?
dude. Number one, it's not a question for me. Attack on Titan, greatest show of all time,
Okay.
and I can preach that all day. Number two, it's hard. This is old show called Monster. It's a
Mhm.
psychological anime that's it's like one of the more realistic animes. There's no like magic or anything. Amazing fucking story. Number three is hard. Number three is hard. Probably be a toss up between like Death Note, the show called Villain Saga, and then I don't know if you ever watched Hunter x Hunter.
No, I've never watched honestly like any like anime like or like, I've watched
Oh,
anime.
dude,
I've watched
you
cartoons and stuff, but nothing like
yeah, dude, you're
uh
missing out, bro.
I know.
Like
What would you suggest is
most
the
of it
first
is.
one I watch?
Go ahead.
What would you suggest the first one that I watch is?
Part of the show that's ongoing right now is called Vinland Saga. It's I'll say you should probably watch it for beginners, like not beginners, but like newcomers to anime because it's a pretty more realistic one. It doesn't have like a lot of the cliches and shit that would turn off people towards animes, and it's a more mature one too.
What's it on?
Crunchyroll, I think it's on Netflix now. Yeah,
Heck yeah. So
but it's amazing. It's like based on like the Viking era, and basically the story is just fucking amazing. I don't want to spoil anything, but
right.
the story is amazing.
I might have to look into that.
And then after that, Attack on Titan,
Attack on
by
Titan
far
after
the
that.
greatest story I've ever read or watched.
Okay. I'll definitely look into those. Is Attack on Titan on Netflix too?
It is now, I think. Yeah, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now we can move on to the fan questions. I got two of them. One is anonymous and one is not. We'll do the first one that is not anonymous first. We got Dalton King wants to know, why do you
What up,
fight?
Dalton?
Why do you fight? That's what he asked.
I guess it's really easy, simple. I felt a desire to, like a need to fight. That's basically it. Uh, I started watching MMA like around 2018, early 2018. Like as soon as I watched it, I'm like, I gotta do this shit.
I
It just
gotcha.
spoke to me,
How did you find Phoenix?
dude. I'm lucky as fuck. I was living with my brother, and his house was like 5 minutes away from the old gym, and I was like, dude, I gotta start training like MMA. I gotta do, like I gotta get in the gym now. So I just looked up on my phone on Google Maps MMA gym near me, and Phoenix MMA was the closest one.
Heck yeah.
And dude, I am like, you know how grateful I am that I chose Phoenix MMA because I love this gym.
Yeah, it's a great gym,
The
man.
people we have in it are like, I think has potential to be like some of the top athletes, combat athletes in Tennessee one day.
I agree. I think what's something that seems small now will be something really big here later, you know.
Yeah,
Um
we got a lot of potential for sure.
yeah. Did you do any martial arts before Phoenix?
Uh, little, but when I was like a kid, I think like 7 or 8, I did karate.
Okay.
Or no, I did taekwondo
Mhm.
for like 2 years. I did boxing for like 6 months when I was a kid, and then before like training, I would do like a bunch of mid training with my cousin and shit. So that's basically it.
Nice.
But I didn't have any grappling experience before
I
stepping
got you.
into Phoenix MMA.
Well, you've gotten really good at that aspect considering you just went and out grappled somebody in your first MMA fight. So
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
and supposedly he had 4 years of wrestling in high school.
Well, you
But not
out wrestled him for that.
But like I don't know. Like, he must have been fucking around those 4 years, bro. Like I don't want to diss him. Like if he ever watches this, I don't want to diss him. But like if you're wrestling for 4 years in high school, you shouldn't be getting taken down on will to a guy who's only been training grappling for like a year and a half. My wrestling is probably one of my weakest points of grappling too.
Mhm.
So like, yeah.
Do you think that you've learned whatever wrestling that you used in the fight at Phoenix MMA that you learned it there?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, it
The only wrestling I've learned is from Phoenix MMA.
it could go to show like the training that you're learning from there at like beginner wise goes a long way into fights and stuff into real scenarios. But moving on from that, we'll go to the anonymous question. This person wants to know, do you have a gym rival or is there a person you want to beat the most? It could be in MMA or in jiu-jitsu. And maybe it's not
A
even
gym rival?
or a person.
That's
It doesn't have to be from a specific gym. It could be like just a person that you want to fight in the future or compete
okay.
against.
Actually, a person I really want to fight in the future, which is kind of like a big dream. I really want to fight Corey Sandhagen one day.
Hell yeah,
Like
that's
he's one of
pretty
my
cool.
favorite fighters. I love the way he fights. I really want to fight him one day. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the chance, but I'm gonna fucking train my best to try to get there
Yeah.
in time before he retires.
How old are you?
Not too old. I'm pretty old. I just turned 26
Okay.
a few days ago.
Okay. What
But
day?
I think I still got like at least 9 years before like I get too old, and that's like enough time for me. I think
Yeah, you
if I
never
can do
know.
like a bunch of condensed training in a short amount of time.
You never know, man. He could stick around the game for a long time, like all
Yeah,
these other
he's
guys.
not that old. Like he's only a few years older than me.
Uh,
A gym rival. I don't know if I have any. I'll say you're probably like one of them, if any.
oh yeah.
'Cause you're relatively like kind of my size.
Yeah.
And when I first joined the gym, the first person to like tap me out was you to a triangle choke, and I was so shocked, bro. I was like, what the fuck? I know.
Was it at the old
I never
gym?
thought joining the gym that there would be somebody like my size or like a little bit smaller than me that would just fuck my ass up. Like, mind my
No,
language.
no,
Like,
no. You're good.
beat me up.
Yeah, you
And
can
when
cuss on here.
you choked me out that time, it was like a very humbling experience. And I realized
Thank
like
you.
this shit works.
Well, that's awesome. I didn't know. I didn't even know that. But that's pretty cool that we have that connection anyway. And anytime you roll with anybody, you kind of they're part of your martial arts story, in my opinion. Even if
Yeah.
it's just some random dude that comes in, if you get to roll with them one time, then even if you got to beat them up or if they got to beat you up, you're part of their story now and y'all are connected. But another cool part is that your first fight and my first fight, we had the same referee and we won the same way. We got a ground and pound TKO in the third round. In the third round too, like almost down to the dot. I wonder what was your time? You know what your time was? No,
No, I don't. I do not.
oh shoot! I just made a loud noise there. My time, I did the stats on my first fight. It was very bad handwriting. but I got mine at 107. So I wonder if you got your 107 in the third round, like
That would be insane.
107 left.
It
That
can't
would
be
be
the,
it.
it can't be the same. It's like 107 left or 107 into the round.
I think 107 left. I would have to look
Okay.
again.
Okay. And then probably be close. I think I took like probably like around 2 minutes. Yeah.
That'd be
Do you have
crazy.
any like gym rivals?
Uh, Shoot, not really, man. It used to be Jamie, kind of him for a minute, but then he kind of now me and him are kind of
Oh
cool.
shit! I thought you when you said gym rivals, I thought you meant like from our gym.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Shoot. If anybody that gives me a super hard time in the gym, it's Jackson. That dude, because he's around my size. And I feel like he's gained like freaking 20, 30 pounds now, too, of just straight muscle. So now he's even that much harder to
Dude, was he
roll
was he
with.
was he smaller when he first joined?
Yeah, smaller than he is now, but I wouldn't say he was small. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
He's always been like muscular, if that makes sense. But now it's like he's like an
Dude,
extra.
he's one of those people like that I want to get like good enough one day so I can compete.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's a gym rival for me because like it's not a rivalry if he's with my ass every day.
Yeah, I mean he's been doing that to me now recently too. Like I'd be happy to just compete with him now. Like anytime I just go with him and I don't get tapped, I'm like, small
That's
win,
a victory.
small win.
That's
Uh,
a win.
but do you have anity outside of the gym that's like close in the local area that you like? Man,
I mean, I guess Kyle now.
Kyle.
Like, yeah, because I do want like I do plan on rematching him one day. He was pretty good, and I want to get good enough where I can beat him on the stand up.
Mhm.
So
An
it's kind of
amateur
like
or pro?
it's a good way to judge how far I've got to like rematch somebody I've already beat later in the future. See how much I've improved.
You
And I
want to
did talk
go?
to him. I like the idea of giving somebody a second chance. You know?
Yeah. Do you want to go against someone in the amateur or him in amateur or in pro?
Well, I wouldn't mind if like we do like amateur fight in a couple like years, like maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
But I know during like after the fight that night, he said he wants to do it for like our pro debut.
Yeah, see, y'all could
Yeah.
do that.
But like I talked to him a little bit because I told him like I'm not fighting at 145 even in amateur anymore. Like I'm going down 135.
Yeah.
And
So
if he
he would
plans to
have
do
to
that
do
in the
it.
future, sorry, what was that?
So he would have to do that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He said when he goes pro, he wants to cut down to 135 too.
I got you. Well, I don't really got any more questions. Did you watch the fights last weekend though?
Yeah, I mean, wasn't like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I watched like the last 3 fights,
What did you
but
think
I won some
of
money on Aljamain Sterling.
heck yeah? That's
First time
awesome.
fucking winning a bet.
Heck yeah, how much well, you don't got to tell me how much, but what did you bet just him straight up?
Yeah, straight up.
Uh
$25. I won 25.
Heck yeah. DraftKings they made a little new prop that you can use and do like a point spread on the fights. So Henry opened up as the underdog, so he was a plus 5.5. So he lost the decision. He could have went to decision and lost the decision, and the person would have still cashed their bet. So I put a lot of money on that little piece. So I'm glad that came through. And then I bet on the one fights too, Demetrius Johnson.
Oh, and Adrian Morano. So what is his last
Yeah,
name?
Marias.
Morales, yeah.
What did you think of Bilal Muhammad versus Gilbert?
Tragic. It was tragic. Not. It was kind of boring. Sucks that Gilbert Burns fucked up his shoulder.
Yep.
I think for sure Gilbert Burns probably wins that if he doesn't, because I don't think Bilal can really out grapple Burns, and just control him. And
Mhm.
I think Burns just has better hands. It sucks too. Like I like Bilal. It's nice that he's gonna get a title shot, but I'm a bigger Burns fan, so that was kind of tragic.
And then I know you just said you won money on Aljamain, but what did you think of that fight?
Honestly, bro, I can see how somebody would say Cejudo won.
Mhm.
Honestly, I don't know who fucking won when they were doing decisions. I had no clue.
I didn't
I was
know either.
happy that they gave it to Aljamain Sterling because I won my money.
Right.
But I kind of regret betting on that fight anyways, even though I won money on it. Because like during the fight, I realized yo, I want Henry to win this shit.
I know
You
what
know,
you mean.
and like I think you should never bet on against somebody that you want to win.
Right. Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's hard to, man. It's hard to put the bias aside.
I felt bad. Like during the fight, I was like, "Fuck it, bro, and you win. I don't deserve, to win
Right.
my money." Cause
Uh,
you do like if you like a fighter, you want them to win. You should support them no matter what. If you're making money when they lose, like that's kind of fucked up. I'm never doing that shit again.
it's okay. It'll be alright. No bad juju will come onto you for it. Uh, yeah, I didn't know who was gonna win at the end of it when they went to decision. It was very close. I wasn't gonna be mad at whoever got the decision, to be honest. So, uh, I saw that Henry now called out Marab though. What do you think about that fight, Henry versus Marab?
So good ass fight.
Yeah, I
If
think so.
Aljamain Sterling's not gonna go, honestly, what if Aljamain Sterling goes up to 145, relinquishes the 135 belt?
He says he's gonna
Because
do that after he beats O'Malley, I think.
oh, he wants the O'Malley fight, huh? They
Yep.
want the money fight. I understand.
Yeah. Did you see what they did at the end with Marab took Sean O'Malley's jacket?
Yeah, dude, that was hilarious, dude.
That was.
Dude, but that interaction was just weird. Like, why did they start beefing and just like yelling at each other?
Because he had his
And it didn't
jacket,
make any
man.
sense because like I saw them interact in like a clip before, like a month ago, and they were totally cool with each other.
Yeah.
I don't like that fake shit, bro.
Yeah, Sean B like that though, it seems like.
Yeah, it did seem like he instigated that. He just kept yelling. You better do better. You better do better than that.
Yeah.
Just kept yelling that.
I
Bro.
thought
Like,
it was
come on,
funny
man.
when Sterling was like, Dana's not gonna babysit that ass no more. I thought that was hilarious. But yeah, man, I don't really got anything else. I appreciate you coming on the pod.
No problem, man. Thank
Uh,
you for having me.
hopefully after your next fight, when you get your next dub, we'll have you on again, man, and talk to you about that.
Yes, sir, man. If we could do it in the studio, that'd be cool.
Yes, sir. I'll
Maybe
see.
we
I
get like
appreciate
multiple people on that shit too. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we could get whoever fights at 9 gets a
I was
W
like
can come
hoping
on.
we could get Xavier on this dude too, but
Yeah,
we couldn't in the end.
time constraints. Yeah, we'll make it happen sometime. But I appreciate everybody that watches and everything, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.